Welcome to the Folk School on Willow Creek, featuring University Distinguished Professor Tom Easern singing and telling stories from the Salon on Willow Creek.
Thank you, Dr. Kelly. We'll be off to a rolling start, I suppose, tonight, rather than leaping into the cold open as usual with the first of the week's ballads. It's appropriate, in particular this week, to pause a moment. We've lost a couple great North Dakotans over the past week. Suzanne and I drove out to Jamestown on Tuesday for the funeral of Larry Woiwode, who I believe ranks as our greatest literary figure in the history of the Flicker Tail State. And our sitting poet laureate of North Dakota, winner of the highest honor that can be accorded by the state of North Dakota to an individual, the Rough Rider Award. Larry Woiwode passed away, with whom both Suzanne and I have had pleasure of not only professional association, but also friendship. And then came word yesterday of the passing of Father Bill Sherman, another truly not just great, but fine North Dakotan. A great contributor to our knowledge of our ethnic cultures in North Dakota, a great good shepherd to his parish and to the people of North Dakota, and someone whom we admire greatly, and others here do too. So we're just going to sit for a minute or so and contemplate these things and perhaps the mysteries of the passing of people like this. Thank you. We have some friends gathered here tonight in celebration of the 100th session of the Willow Creek Folk School. Did the rest of you notice the choir singing outside right now? How good are the mourning doves to join in with right now we have our Western chorus of frogs in Willow Creek chiming, and before we're done, the wood frogs will join in and we'll have the full orchestra out there. I can't promise coyotes tonight. Sometimes we step out after the folk school and we have yet the best concert of all. But it's an auspicious night. Have we any company online, Dr. Kelly?
We have people showing up.
We're going to start.
Yeah. Okay.
In the usual fashion. I need a bed for the night, boys, and my horses need hay. I've been riding that grub line on the Hotdish highway. We have the chorus now, right? Join right in. On the great western prairies, I do the work of the Lord. My saddle's my pillow, and I preach for my board. I ride by my compass, and I steer by a star. Like the three holy wise men, we followed that beacon, came from afar. I need a bed for the night, boys, and my horses need hay. I've been riding that road line on the Hotdish highway. it's a Wyoming scatter, this flock on the land. Coyotes and grizzlies, they'll steal all they can, but the Lord is my shepherd, and I am his man. Still waters run deep in green pastures, I sleep under his guiding hand. I need a bed for the night, boys, and my horses need hay. I have been riding that grub line on the Hotdish highway. Now someday a white steeple gonna rise in the air. I'll preach from a pulpit, investment so fair, but thy grace is sufficient and constant thy care. God bless this good land and the work of our hand, establish it there. I need a bed for the night, boys, and my horses need hay. I've been riding that grub line on the Hotdish highway. I need a bed for the night, boys, and my horses need hay. I've been riding that grub line on the Hotdish highway. I can all day long sleeping under the sky, chasing after ballads, my fiddle and I, packing my life full, living every day. Every dawn a gift, another tune to play. So bury me not in the deep, deep sea. Let the coyote run on the lone prairie. So many songs still to be sung, so let me be forever young. Ballad is life I would not exchange. I'm traveling light on an open range, like a vast library, stories every day. Maybe a stage in my life's play. So bury me not in the deep, deep sea. Let the coyote run on the lone prairie. So many songs still to be sung, so let me be forever young. Many miles to go before I sleep, promises I made and I must keep. Shadows race across yellow fields of green. Winter light descends on a northern plain. So bury me not in the deep, deep sea. Let the coyote run on the lone prairie. So many songs still to be sung, so let me be forever young. Kitchen table, kerosene light, farmhouse ballad on a prairie night. dying words, burial at sea. Kitchen walls flicker mortality. So bury me not in the deep, deep sea. Let the coyote run on the lone prairie. So many songs still to be sung. So let me be forever young. Thank you. There's a connection among those songs. It may have to do with the sort of passing of the baton. Maybe I got a piece. Oh yeah, I do. Bury me not in the deep, deep sea. These words came faint and mournfully from the pallid lips of a youth who lay on his cabin couch from day to day. That old Conrad Richter trope of the sea of grass, that tired cliche that the prairie is like the ocean. I never have bought into that, evidently. It works for a lot of people, though, and now we have laments. Bury me not in the deep, deep sea, showing up in a North Dakota farmhouse. It was sung, I believe, in about the year 1920 by a woman named Sarah Nielsen of Walsh County. She was some 58 years old at the time. She hailed from Ontario, where both her parents were born. She lived near Hoople with her husband, Thomas, also a Canadian from Ontario and a veteran of the Klondike Gold Rush. The Nielsens were successful farmers, active community members. I have a photograph of them with family in front of their substantial two-story farmhouse. What I don't know is how Mrs. Nielsen came to possess the song she sang, Bury Me Not in the Deep, Deep Sea. I fancy her ancestry must have included a seagoing man in the days of clipper ships. More generally, where did the song come from? Cut from the whole cloth of a poem, The Ocean Burial, that was first published in a religious newspaper, the Universalist Union, 1939. Poet, Reverend E. H. Chapin, an immensely popular speaker in New York, New England. Poet set to music by George N. Allen, but his melody lost popular favor, giving way to another that partook of both dirge and chanty, the melody that would be sung by Mrs. Nielsen years later in her farmhouse. In fact, it was the tune of the traditional Scots folk song, The Parting Glass. Now, how do I know about Mrs. Nelson's Song of the Sea? Because she sang it. And you see, I picture this happening over a kitchen table to a songcatcher, a ballad hunter named Franz Rickaby, who had driven over from the University of North Dakota where he was a junior faculty member. Some other day I must speak more of the boy scholar Rickaby, forever young. But you've heard his ballad that I composed to basically honor a songcatcher himself who was hunting a ballad. Briefly, I will say Franz Rickaby came to my notice when I stumbled across an article in the Grand Forks Herald, 1919, announcing university instructor will turn wandering minstrel on a 700-mile walk to Grand Forks. Young Rickaby, a graduate of Knox College and Harvard, was reporting for instructional duties at UND by walking and hitching from Charlevoix, Michigan to Grand Forks, carrying his fiddle and collecting lumberjack ballads along the way. Actually, Rickaby come to UND in 1918. He was returning. Early the next year, he was excited to announce he'd received permission to teach a course in the ballad as literature. Sometime over the next 2 years, he called in on Mrs. Nielsen at her farmhouse in Walsh County. Rickaby, who with his wife Lillian were wonderfully popular at UND, stayed there only 5 years. Suffering from the residual effects of a bout of rheumatic fever, Rickaby was advised by his physician to move to a milder climate, went to Pomona College in California, and died. The charismatic professor passed away in 1925. So I'm honored to be here with a group here tonight. I'm honored to have a group assembled of friends online tonight, and I'm honored to honor the memory of Franz Rickaby, the songcatcher from Grand Forks. And I want to pick up the torch where he left it. He heard "Bury Me Not in the Deep, Deep Sea." That song is the basis in the American West for "Bury Me Not on the Lone Prairie," the dying cowboy. It has a complicated and confusing history, which I've done a fair bit to untangle over the past couple weeks. And part of that disentanglement included unearthing what is now the earliest known text of "Bury Me Not on the Lone Prairie." Now, I will mention that I have splendid texts from Culbertson, Montana, and splendid texts from Grand Forks, North Dakota, in fact, collected by songcatchers in the early 20th century. But the earliest one comes from New Mexico. The Lincoln County Leader. Remember the Lincoln County War? You Western writers remember. The Lincoln County Leader, 1883, published this text. And it is not, I do not believe, the first version of "Bury Me Not on the Lone Prairie." It is just the earliest found text thus far, as of about a week ago. Settle in with me for a few minutes for some stanzas that are some of the finest poetic imagery in our folk tradition on the Great Plains. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie. These words came slow and mournfully from the pallid lips of a youth who lay on his cold, damp bed at the close of day. He wasted and pained till o'er his brow death's shades were slowly gathering now. He thought of home and loved ones nigh as the cowboys gathered round to see him die. Oh, maybe not on the lone prairie where the wild coyotes howl o'er me, where no light breaks on that low dark trail, and no sunbeams rest on a prairie grave. Thought of my home and its cottonwood bowers and the scenes that I loved in childhood hours. little churchyard on the green hillside. By my father's bones, let my grave be. Oh, baby, not on the lone prairie. Let death's slumber be where a mother's prayer and a sister's tears mingle there. 'Tis sweet to think of the heartthrob's o'er, and to know that its fountain will gush no more, and the well-loved children I yearn for will come and plant wild flowers of spring on my tomb. For the sake of these loved ones waiting for me, oh, bury me not on the lone prairie. Well, there's another whose tears will be shed for him who lies far, far, far on a prairie bed. And hours it pains me to think of now. She has curled these locks, kiss this brow, but among the locks she has curled shall the rattlesnake hiss, and the brow she has kissed shall the cold grave press. For the sake of the loved one, oh, mourn for me. Oh, bear me not on the lone prairie. Well, she has been in my dreams, but his voice failed there, and they paid no heed to his dying prayer. In a narrow grave, just 6x3, they lowered him there on a lone prairie, where the tip-light wing of the butterfly rests, and the skylarks dance prairie grass, where the coyotes howl and the winds roared free. Oh, they left him there to die on the lone prairie. I feel like I'm carrying something kind of precious in a vessel when I pull something like that out of the past and inject it into the 21st century, like an archaeologist who's uncovered something that maybe was a little too holy to be dragged back out into the light. Well, Dr. K, what have I forgotten here tonight? You got the schedule there, which I always lose track
We
of.
get to talk about NDSU Press next.
Well, why not? Got any good new books out?
I'm going to talk about an old author, not the one you thought I was going to talk about today, but someone that we've published. I've published one book with you, and the press has published another book with you in the past, Dakota Circle. And all our friends gathered here tonight are kind of in cahoots with me. We're about to make some noise for your 70th
Well, I'm
birthday.
going to start another song then. I would.
No, now.
Where did you get that?
Special delivery.
I'm glad they aren't very good.
And I was trying to show some pictures online. It won't let me do it while we're recording, but maybe you take a look at this picture and then show people what you see.
Oh, my word. Who's that little brat in the middle? And there's my mother's favorite, my late elder brother Dave. And my elder brother Stan, who's holding down the farm, at least he says he is anymore. And I've had no doubt he's got a significant hand in it yet. And my sainted parents, Orville and Marie Easer. My word, yes, indeed.
Well, Marla helped me out here, so she sent several pictures. I'll post these on Facebook later, but you
Yeah, I
can
don't
hold
know.
that
Nobody
up
wants
so
to see
people
that.
can see. Yeah.
That's kind of silly.
And we'll just do one more here.
we got?
Since we have Mother's Day coming up.
Oh, my word. Yeah. Yeah, my late mother. That's for Mother's Day. Yeah.
There you go. And we're going to let you take a break. We're going to sing for you.
She would love to be here tonight,
Well,
wouldn't she?
she would.
Oh,
Yes.
my word.
Are we ready?
We are.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tom. Happy birthday to you.
I'm feeling a little better.
And we'll remind people that the 100 behind you is not your age. That's our episode.
Yeah, but the age is considerably advanced also. For those of you worried about me coughing and sneezing here, don't worry. It's just a cold. And for those of you sitting around, you'd be worried. No. We're testing everything.
Whatever you've got, we hope we catch.
We're
Lots of hearts going up here.
Well, what else do we have on there? What else
That's
is
all
on?
we're going to talk about with the press today.
Oh, my. I want to throw a name out here.
Okay.
Since we've moved on from mourning, but not on from remembrance, to matters more joyful. He may be tuning in tonight, or he may be out celebrating with family. Jake Morris, Captain Jake Morris, one of my fine graduate students, one of quite a number of really. Geez, you get to have these people on hand for a while, and then you kind of hook up with them for life, and how lucky is that, right? Captain Morris, may that extra insignia come to you quite shortly. And if winning the Morrill Award as the outstanding research historian and professional in the history graduate program at NDSU helps that along, then I'm sure happy to see that it came your way this week. More than worthy recipient. Jake will be marching in commencement, along with some other beloved people we'll talk about next week on the eve of commencement. And then he's off to West Point. How do you get a gig like this? He's off to West Point to teach military history to cadets entering U.S. Army service.
Could you describe how that Morrill Prize, how is Morrill spelled?
What morel, the mushroom. No. Morrill. The Morrill Prize.
Named for?
Justin Smith Morrill, author of the Morrill Land Grant College Act and creator of Dave and mine alma mater, Oklahoma State, and our home institution here in North Dakota State, Kansas State. For my Kansas friends listening in, we all owe our lineage to Justin Smith Morrill, and so we named a prize for him. That prize originated when Suzanne and I were married in, like 1945. No, when was it?
Something like that.
Yeah. That stump out there was the apple tree we were married on, and we asked for gifts to a new endowment to fund an award honoring an outstanding student. And that's the way that came to be. It's a lot better than getting another toaster. That's well, I'll tell you, I said there would be some special observances tonight, and that's in the person of a fellow sitting directly in front of me. Can I invite you up here, Tom?
Yes, you bet.
Tom Brosseau. He's the impresario. I'm going to rearrange here and make room. That way we didn't get into a two-shot, but you're the one going to take over for a moment here. The creator, the impresario, principal performer in the Great American Folk School.
That's right. Yeah, Great American Folk Show. Yep.
Oh, great, skip.
Yep.
We cross-pollinated.
That's okay.
Great American.
I might have thought at one point I would call it the Great American Folk Show.
Great American Folk Show.
Yep.
What a fine piece of work it is. I was saying to our friends here, you're such a gentleman conducting it, but also treating material and fellow artists with respect throughout. And getting around and knocking on the doors of our cafes in small town North Dakota. Can we clone you and get like maybe 20 Brosseaus around here doing similar things? Investing this way. Isn't that what we're up to?
Yeah.
And there are other people in this room doing the same thing, certainly. Matter of fact, pretty much everybody in this room does that one way or another. Investing these prairies with story. Maybe we've let that, we haven't taken care of that soil that narrative soil under our feet very well in recent years. And when Dr. Kelly and I launched this thing, that was what was in mind. We need to start re-enriching the soil around here. And now we feel that you're just fertilizing it right and left. And I'm not making a scatological joke in that regard. There's a pretty good compost pile out here. But I feel that one myself. How did you launch the Great American Folk School? What was in your mind?
It was in part based on being a performer myself and the people who had me on their radio programs. Radio has always been a really big, part of my life, both growing up listening to the radio and then as a performer singing songs on the radio. And I suppose at a certain point, that just becomes an interesting and fascinating world. Being a host of a radio show and having good people with great voices be part of it. But the other thing is too, when you get into folk music, eventually you become interested in the history behind the songs, as you know, and that can be a bug that you don't walk away from. And so this show is kind of based on my pursuit to just put a mic in front of people and hear what they have to say. We all have a story to tell. And here in North Dakota, there's plenty. And so that's what I kind of aim to do, is to hear from the poets out there, hear from the great musicians, hear from the great chefs, hear from the great storytellers and writers and painters that we have not only in North Dakota, but in this great country of ours.
This is good and honorable work.
I feel like I'm just one hand doing it. And it's nice to have people helping out. Prairie Public has been a big part of it.
Regular airing on Prairie Public. What time? What day?
5 p.m. every Saturday.
5 p.m. every Saturday.
Yeah, 5 p.m. Central.
How many episodes are you up to now?
Well, we're about, I think, You see, the show was monthly for about a year and a half until we got the funding to make it into a weekly show, which was always the goal of the program. So we were just doing one a month. Now we're doing, 4, sometimes 5 a month. So now we're up to about 30 some broadcasts.
Yeah, I thought so. You're behind here.
Yeah.
But you may catch up because, how long am I going to be around? Oh, a long time, actually. You'll have to keep going quite a while to, for me to drop out, and then you'll overtake with number.
Okay.
But boy, it's good to have you in the room and to have you in the country. Will you sing something for us?
I'd love to. I'd love to sing a song.
Please. I might even just step aside and sit over here next to
Okay.
Nickel.
This is a song called I Want to Ask the Stars. I want to ask the stars in the sky why I sit so lonely and cry. My pals around me seem happy, so I ask you, why shouldn't I? But somehow I'm sad and lonely. I just sit alone and cry. I'm lonely, sad, downhearted and blue. I wish I had something to do. Of mine got killed 'neath the stars. He had just got back from the bars. I think about him and I worry. He died unprepared to go. Oh gee, I'm so sad and lonely. I just sit alone and cry. I'm lonely, sad, downhearted and blue. I wish I had something to do. Welcome back to the stage, Tom.
I don't know, I should. Work.
I want to thank you for having me on your program. I'm a big fan of it, and this is a very special broadcast indeed. And it's just been real nice to be here with everybody tonight, and everybody who's tuning in online.
It's good to have you here. I wonder who else is with us. Let's check with Dr. Kelly and see if anybody's misbehaving tonight. You know how people misbehave on the internet.
Yeah,
Well,
sure do.
Nobody's really misbehaving, but they want you to stop being lonely. So
Yeah.
we're glad you're here with us.
Oh.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Emily, Tom's oldest daughter, says, "Happy birthday, Daddy, heading back from a music festival."
She's always heading back from music festival
And
with
she
hardware, I'll
And
bet.
she says, "We won again."
Jeez, that girl. That girl. I'm surrounded by these women who make me feel lazy. Why are we both nodding? Well, okay, now Suzanne's wandered somewhere. I gotta see what we're supposed to be doing next here. Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah. It says bonus. Home on the Range. You up
Okay.
for it?
Yeah.
Anybody got any verses? Or you got a chorus you can join in on, right? Everybody knows Home on the Range, I presume, except the college students often don't know it anymore, which means it needs to be inserted into the curriculum. There's no critical race theory in it, I don't believe. Not that that would stop me. Let's do this. Now, most people who are tuning in to Willow Creek Folk School or just know me know that I'm a native Kansan at a farm in western Kansas. Very ably handled, not just by my elder brother, but by another generation coming on the farm. And I'm always happy to say, usually put it this way, there are more kids and more cattle on the farm than there ever have been since 1874. And so, greetings, Marla's on there, right?
Yes.
And greetings to all in the old, in the family and the whole home territory there in Barton County, Kansas.
I just feel like this is the opportune moment. This arrived from
What the-
Kansas for you.
Now what the hell?
This is from Marla and Stan.
I'm losing control here.
I know. It's just once a year.
This looks handmade. One of those darn grandnephews or niece, I don't know, from your brand new wheat crop, which looks like 1936. I can tell you. Thank God for crop insurance. My word. Doesn't look good, but celebrate anyway. That's what farmers do. No, I think that's Marla's handwriting, isn't it? Oh gosh, that does look poor, doesn't it? You know, I say with winter wheat varieties, just get a little snow and you got a crop, and you need snow. You get one spring rain, we got a crop, didn't get one spring rain. That looks like a grasshopper year or something there, doesn't it? My word. And this is a year it'd be sure be good to bring a lot of bushels in, wouldn't it? What the heck's this?
I'll open it.
It's heavy. Might be ammunition. You probably think I'm kidding, but what is all this? Oh, okay, so that's killing something. Oh. Yoder meats. Little Mennonite. Oh, I bet this is deer sausage. That's what it is. I didn't get one last year, so they're taking pity on me. Supplying me with deer sausage. Yoder Meats, that's a little Amish operation not far from Hutchinson, Kansas. Well, they'll do custom butchering. Looks like that's where family took their deer this year. Okay, now that'll be handy.
Okay. I won't interrupt you anymore.
Oh, feel free. What were we going to do, though?
Home on
We're
the
gonna
Range.
sing.
Oh, okay. I probably got some stanzas, I don't know. Oh, maybe not, but I don't need them. At any rate, Kansas is what set off this whole diversion then. This song originated as Western Home in the 1870s with a country doctor named Brewster Higley. And some of its history has been fairly well known. I picked up a lot of new fragments because I'm a real scavenger. Versions all over Montana, North Dakota, Nebraska. Any part of the prairies, you find new versions of Home on the Range. Sing basically a 1930 version here, the David Gehan Texas version. But it was the state song of Kansas as of 1947, and I'm not sure the legislature's gotten anything right ever since then. But they got that one right. A genuine, honest folk song for a state song. Home on the Range. I didn't give you much preparation on this, but you're going to dress it up a little bit, right? Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam and the deer and the antelope play, where someone is heard a discouraging word and the skies are not cloudy all day. Can we get some help? Zephyr is so free, the breeze is so balmy and light, that I would not exchange my home on the range for all of your city so bright. Oh, I love the wildflower in this dear land of ours, the curlew I love to hear scream, and I love the white rocks and the antelope flocks that graze on the mountain green. When the heavens are bright with the light of the glittering star, have I stood there amazed, and I asked as I gazed, did their glory exceed that of ours? Skies are not cloudy all day. Oh, give me land where that bright diamond sand flows leisurely down the stream. The graceful white swan goes a-gliding along like a maid in a heavenly dream. Then I would not exchange my home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discourse all day. No, the skies are not cloudy all day. There, thanks. Can you hang with me while I do one here that's the calendar ballad for the week?
Absolutely.
And then we'll get around to that last one and try to pick up some help with it. And I'm going to need to see if I can retrieve those spectacles. I don't know if you heard me singing this earlier, Dr. K. Did you recognize any of the texts?
Of the song you're about to sing? I might have been busy.
You didn't pay attention to Dr. Helgelin, or probably your mother when she was reading this text at our wedding.
Oh.
And I got my own birthday song worked into the calendar ballad here. You'll see why here in a moment. Our dwelling place, Lord, thou hast been before the mountains were brought forth, for the earth was formed, everlasting to everlasting, thou art. Oh God, for 1,000 years in thy sight are but as yesterday when it is past, and as a watch in the night, I carries them away as in the flood. In the morning, they are like grass, which groweth up and flourishes. In the evening, it is cut down. It is cut down and flourishes with earth. We spend our years as a tale that is told. The days of our years 70, they be 80, they be labor and sorrow. They are soon cut off, and we fly away. So teach us to number our days, that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom, satisfy us early with thy mercy, that we may rejoice and be glad all our days. Make us glad for the days wherein thou hast afflicted us, and the years wherein we have seen evil. Let the beauty of the Lord our God be upon us, establish of our Lord, our God be upon us. Yea, the work of our hands, establish thou it. No lie, I once had the privilege of co-authoring a song with the Pulitzer Prize winner, Pulitzer Prize winning composer. But I don't know, co-author with King David might trump that. Okay, I was wondering how to wrap this thing up, and I knew that my friend Michael Miller is going to be sitting right here tonight. We've got to have something, not just for the German from Russia, but for the man who most personifies the historical memory of the Germans from Russia on the Northern Plains, Michael Miller, Germans from Russia Heritage Collection, NDSU. There are going to be a whole lot of honorary ceremonies. The rascal's trying to retire on us. And I'm sure there are going to be a whole lot of honorary ceremonies, so let's just kick it off with one tonight. And consider this to be in your honor, Michael. It's a song called Wiedersehen, except that the English speakers will know it as something else entirely. It's a song that took off as essentially a church youth group type of song back east. It was carried west by the variety of missionaries that came in, began to go into these frontier German-Russian communities. And then, of all things, it was translated into German by a social worker in New York City. Don't ask me for the whole story. You're dealing with a historian. It'll get tangled on you. But then this song, sung in German, became traditional. And it's one of those where, if a youth group, it's a bona fide folk song because it was passed on person to person in these evangelical Lutheran groups in McIntosh and adjacent counties of North Dakota. God be with you till we meet again. Or, in the German, Wiedersehen. And I'll tell you, Michael, the German text is better, don't you think? There's nothing like singing Wiedersehen, Wiedersehen. So here's what I propose to do. I'll sing that first verse in German, and a second verse, and the chorus in German, and then we're going to English after that. And so at that point, other people besides Michael and me will know what the stuff means. I think some people have copies of this. Who's going to pick up? What do you say, Michael? What stanza do you want?
Whichever one. Do you want to start with one or two?
You have a preference?
Well, I certainly know number one and number two. So
well, you just take number one.
I'll take number one.
So after I'm done with the German chorus, I'll be looking at you. And what if we look at Barbara for number two?
I'm singing with him.
Oh, because somebody has to keep him on fit.
Right, exactly.
Okay, who else is going to pick up a verse?
Wiki, keep them going.
Oh, Cindy's going to chime in. You want to pick up number two?
Okay, sure.
Pick up number two. And that's the one that's labeled number two. And then there's some skips, you see. What do you think about picking up one? Can you see it?
I don't have my glasses, so I'm just going
You got no spectacles.
I'm going to be the straight
2.5. Well, okay. And then let's try to get everybody we can in on a chorus of Thank God Be With You Till We Meet Again, because that's your closer. You know, the starter's wearing out, and we're going to have to bring in a closer on this thing.
I've copied the chorus into the chat line here, so people are going to sing at home too.
Excellent. Well, I'll show you how it goes. Gott mit euch, bis wir uns wiedersehen. Möge Ratten ob euch walten. euch bei seiner Herr gehalten. Gott mit euch, bis wir uns wiedersehen. Wiedersehen, einst vor Gottes Thron wir stehen. Wiedersehen, Gott mit euch, bis wir uns wiedersehen.
God be with you till we meet again. By his counsels guide uphold you, with his sheep securely fold you. God be with you till we meet again, till we meet, till we meet, till we meet at Jesus' feet, till we meet, till we meet. God be with you till we meet again.
God be with you till we meet again. Beneath his wings, protecting hide you. Amen. Still survive you. God be with you till we meet again.
Till we meet, till we meet, till we meet at Jesus' feet. Till we meet, till we meet. God be with you till we meet again.
Anybody join in?
God be with you till we meet again. When life's perils thick confound you, put his arms unfailing around you. God be with you till we meet again. Till we meet, till we meet, till we meet Jesus' feet. Till we meet, till we meet. God be with you till we meet again.
God be with you till we meet again. Keep love's banner floating o'er you. Strike death's threatening wave before you. God be with you till we meet again. Once more.
Till we meet, till we meet, till we meet at Jesus' feet. Till we meet, till we meet. God be with you till we meet again.
Wiedersehen. Thank you. Well, I don't know, Dr. Kelly. We've about exhausted the program in our home on the range tonight. So, where the deer in the antelope play, seldom is heard a discouraging word, and skies are not cloudy all day. Dr. Kelly?
We now conclude today's edition of the Folk School on Willow Creek. We invite you to join us again next Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time for more songs and stories.